Have you ever wondered what it really means for children around the world to not just survive but to truly thrive? Today, children face a world full of opportunity but also immense risks, from climate change to inequality, from gaps in education to lack of access to healthcare. To understand this, researchers have developed a Child Flourishing Index, a measure that captures both survival and thriving across countries. Survival is measured by indicators like maternal and child health, hygiene, sanitation, and basic nutrition, while thriving looks at education, growth, protection from violence, and reproductive freedom. Countries like Norway, South Korea, and the Netherlands rank high in child flourishing today, ensuring that basic conditions for survival are met. But even they have room to improve in promoting a truly thriving childhood. On the other hand, countries like Somalia, Chad, and the Central African Republic struggle both with survival and thriving, facing greater challenges in healthcare, education, and protection from violence. Many countries fall somewhere in between, showing that income level alone doesn't determine child flourishing. But surviving and thriving today is only half the picture. If we continue our current patterns of global emissions, the future for children looks dire. Under business as usual scenarios, global warming could exceed 4 degrees Celsius by 2100, triggering catastrophic consequences for health, food, water, and security. Even countries performing well today in child flourishing, like Norway or the Netherlands, contribute disproportionately to future harm due to high per capita carbon emissions, highlighting the tension between present well-being and future sustainability. To address this, researchers combine current child flourishing scores with a measure of countries' carbon contributions to create a child flourishing and futures profile. This paints a more complete picture, showing not just how well children live today, but how governments' actions or inactions impact future generations. Equity plays a central role in this discussion. Within country, inequalities often surpass differences between countries. Poorer populations tend to have lower child flourishing, and economic inequality exacerbates these gaps. The United States, for example, is a high-income country with significant inequality, ranking lower on child flourishing than might be expected, which shows that wealth alone does not guarantee equitable outcomes for children. Effective monitoring requires data disaggregated by gender, wealth, geography, ethnicity, and other factors. But such data is often missing, leaving local disparities hidden. To act effectively, we need systems that collect, analyze, and act on data at multiple levels, from the household and community to national and global platforms. Household surveys, administrative records, and subnational monitoring systems provide crucial insights, but they must be timely, locally relevant, and disaggregated to guide action. Citizen engagement, including youth participation, is increasingly recognized as a powerful force for accountability. From community-led health monitoring in India to citizen surveys of literacy in East Africa, data generated by the public helps expose gaps in services and motivates government action. Technology, including mobile platforms and artificial intelligence, can amplify these efforts, allowing real-time monitoring of issues ranging from poverty and education to environmental degradation and public health. For example, AI can analyze satellite imagery to assess poverty or match young people with employment opportunities, showing that emerging technology can bridge gaps in human observation and government reporting. At the core of this approach is the idea that children themselves and young people more broadly can be active participants in monitoring and improving the systems that shape their lives. Engaging them in assessing schools, health centers, and local services not only strengthens accountability but also builds citizenship and empowerment. Globally, frameworks like the Convention on the Rights of the Child emphasize that all children are entitled to conditions that allow them to survive, thrive, and flourish. Achieving this requires multi-sectoral collaboration, strong governance, and policies that protect children from commercial exploitation, environmental harm, and systemic inequality. In the end, the lesson is clear. Building a world where children flourish today and in the future demands integrated action. It's not enough to ensure children survive. They must thrive now, while safeguarding the planet and society they will inherit. Only by combining rigorous data, citizen engagement, political will, innovative tools like AI, can we hope to create a society where no child is left behind and where future generations inherit not just survival but opportunity, equity, and hope.
This information is brought to you by Ramakrishna Surathu, author of the book You Are God, founder, developer, and chief executive officer of the Self Sustainable City